Welcome back to the home of all things ballroom dance. Okay, today's personal story I'm going to share is one of several I have experienced. If you'd like to see the videos on a couple more, I will share links below in the description. I have seen a number of con artists roll in and out of my town who are ballroom dance teachers. I'm super curious if you have seen this in your area of the country or your area of the world. Please comment below or tell me if you've never even heard of such a thing. I don't know if it's just unique to this region that we attract con artists, or does this happen anywhere else? I don't know. I'm also curious about as to the skill level of those teachers, because I've seen a variety. Really horrible social dance grifters all the way through championship level, very accomplished pros. Okay, so here's my story number 3. I'm only sharing stories here that I have personally talked to the students, so I know, and more than one student, so I know this is real. Okay, so there was a pro who moved into town, excellent dancer, who cultivated a huge clientele. They did not pre-charge students for their lessons, thank heavens, because the other 2 stories I shared, the pros actually skipped town with thousands of dollars in prepaid lesson packages in their pocket and disappeared, never paid them back. One was even untraceable. Anyway, so very, very, very popular. And this person literally left, gave the studio owner 1 day notice and said that they were moving thousands of miles away. And interestingly, only told a handful of their students and asked them to keep it a secret, and then did not tell students who had prepaid pro-am fees and entries and travel for an upcoming competition. So we're talking about big dollars, okay? Studio owner didn't know, like, okay, good luck. I guess we're leaving on good terms. I wish you would have given us a little more notice so we could tell everyone. And he's like, oh, I'll take care of it. Yeah, didn't. So anyway, skips town. And again, I had no idea about this until way after the fact, but apparently they had told select students and not others. So first of all, to say this generated hard feelings would be an understatement. This really hurt the students emotionally, because their teacher had made it out like their friends, their buddies, basically not as a true friend, but as a sales tactic to get them to take more lessons, okay? And so those students are upset. Now, the ones that are even more upset then called the studio owner wanting their pro-am fees back and their travel fees and all this stuff for the comp, which studio owner did not see a dime of that money. They paid the pro directly, which was dumb to begin with. If they don't know this person real well, which honestly, they'd worked with this person for many years, so I guess I can't fault them for trusting him. But I'll tell you this, I am genuinely friends with many of my students, but I do know, and I knew this pro, they would tell me straight up, like, I don't want to hang out with people outside of the lessons. I'm just here, to get my money, and then I want to go do me. I would say most pros are usually not like that. Some of them will take a hands-off approach with their students in terms of friendships, just as a level of professionalism, and we all kind of draw a line somewhere, are we going out for mani-pedis with our students? Are we meeting them for a cup of coffee to discuss their costumes? Are we just having a chat in their lesson about how their week went? Are we just keeping it totally about the dancing? These are all, acceptable options. The only thing I personally think is total cray-cray is dating a student. It's wrong to me on so many levels in terms of power and balance. But anyway, so they call the studio owner their pants in a bunch, like, why didn't you tell me, accusing them of being part of this conspiracy, like that, well, you knew, and how did you dare not tell us, knowing we've got this comp coming up? And the owner's like, hey, I just found out yesterday. And I mean, super sad for these people. And unfortunately, after they were victimized like this, many of them just totally left the train of ballroom dance and totally have not returned to our community. Obviously, their trust was insanely betrayed. And to get, I don't know how deep they were in financially, how that left them. I sure hope they weren't prepaying for lessons, but, at a minimum, they had prepaid, you guys know how expensive competing is. They prepaid the entry fees, they prepaid the travel for themselves, the hotel room for the pro. They, bought some of them costumes. I can't even wrap my head around it. Paying this person's wages for dancing with them and then skipping town. This is absolutely insane to me. I'm seriously wondering now if this is tip of the iceberg, because it's quite strange that, I've been in the ballroom dance world for 40 years. Yes, I'm that old. And I've seen it 3 times myself. And I've heard of it a couple more times. I'm not sharing those stories because that's secondhand. But it does make me wonder, maybe this is happening somewhere else in the world too, or in our area of the country. I don't know. So thanks for joining me today. If you are interested in all things ballroom dance, please hit that subscribe button. I share videos daily on just kind of ballroom cultural topics, competition tips for placing as best as you can. I do also weekly kind of technique dance videos. And I'm not an influencer, but my understanding is on YouTube that there is a notifications button and then like YouTube alerts button. And if you hit that, YouTube will either scroll me on your feed more to just alert you like, oh, here's what Sunny's posting about today. Am I interested in that? And then the alerts, I think maybe it does like a pop-up on your phone that says, Sunny Page, what are signs for a bad ballroom dance teacher? How do I get to the championship level? Whatever. It'll notify you. So if you know how to click those buttons, go ahead and do that. And if you're too shy to comment below, hey, I understand. It's a little scary for me each day to put myself out there in the metaverse and, risk people throwing me shade. But you're always welcome to send me a comment on my personal Facebook page. Just look up Sunny Page on Facebook. Shoot me a message. I always accept your friend requests there, but you do need to send me a little message that says, hey, I'm from your Ballroom Dance Friends group on YouTube. Because if I don't know someone, I'm not a social media person. I'm real suspect. Like, okay, you tried to clone my account so you can solicit my friends and say that I'm locked in a Bolivian prison and need money. I don't know. These things happen. So anyway, guys, I hope you have not been a victim of one of these con artists. And thank God, most ballroom dance teachers are fabulous people. So guys, I hope you have a fabulous dancing day. I look forward to seeing you first thing in the morning. Doodles.